What's up, my friends? Welcome back. This will be the first video of a series called Remodeling My Home. Because yes, we finally have the mortgage, we finally have a home, so I'll be able to have a huge workshop and bigger projects. But this also gives me the opportunity to have a bunch of projects related to remodeling the home. We'll have a major construction site, but that will be in a few months because we need the license to do that. But till then, we have a bunch of other projects that I really want to show you. I will show you how to make the panel of the electricity, how to make the floor of my workshop to withstand shocks and big machinery, how to make walls from scratch, and how to make a room and a bathroom also from scratch. So in this video, I want to present you my new home and also the projects that will be in this series. So follow me. And this remodel will be divided in two. A major construction site and a minor one. I think it's called in Spanish is major and minor. Anyway, for the major construction site, I still have to wait for the license and the project made by an architect. And once I have that, which will be like in 6 months, we will start making the home a little bit bigger till this wall here, and maybe even a first floor. But in this series, we start with the minor constructions, starting with my workshop, which will be below there. And in this video, I want to show you all the ideas that I have for projects, and then in the next videos of this series, we'll make those projects. So let me just show you the projects that I have in mind and the ones that are still to come. Okay, so let's just start. The home has two entries, the basement and the main entry. And let's just start with the basement because this is where my workshop will go, which is the main part of this series. Then we'll go upstairs and then the yard and the special part which is behind, which is a pool. Okay guys, so in a moment I'll present you the entire home, the entire house, and also the projects that I want to make, and also the bad parts of this house, because this house is quite awful. It's old. I mean, it's not that old, but it's not well preserved. Especially the electricity part and the water part is awful. We have to make that from scratch. And also there are a bunch of stuff that are not well, are just like an easy fix. So we'll have to make that from scratch as well. But till then, I still have to pay mortgage now. So we need to pay the bills. And that means a small message from the sponsor of this video, as always, PCB Way. If you need prototyping PCBs, that's the place to go. Check this out, guys. Even inside of this motor, we have a tiny PCB. Nowadays, PCBs are everywhere. That's why I want to talk about the sponsor of this video, PCB Way. Because if you have some kind of prototype or you are working on a project, if you want to make professional PCBs, you should definitely check their services for PCB prototyping, but also for CNC milling of metal parts, of mold injected parts of plastic or 3D printed parts, and much more. I work a lot with printed circuits, and I think I've made more than 100 PCBs, and each time that I use their services, I get very good results. The tracks are perfect, the VS are perfect, everything is working nice, and the price are so low that even if you make some kind of mistake, you can reorder the PCB once again, getting better and better till you have a final product. So have in mind, the next time that you have a project with a PCB and you have some Gerber files, check the PCB for their services. And now let's continue with this video. Okay, so this will be the entry to the workshop, and I will already tell you that this house is full of like awful jobs and botch jobs, I think it's called. Anyway, there are walls there where shouldn't be walls. This has downfall, so all the water will go inside, and then you need an internal pump. So as we go in, I will show you all the bad craftsmanship that was made in this home and what is there to fix. Okay, so this is the main entry. This was the garage. Now it's not a garage anymore. We have a drywall here filled with humidity. We'll have to fix this. This wall will disappear, and also all this plastic, which is awful, by the way, will also disappear and will be part of my workshop. Then we have this wall, and this is a load wall, I think it's called. It's thick and with big density, and it supports all the ceilings, and I want to make a hole in it, so we'll talk about that later. Then we pass here, which was like a wine place, but somebody tried to make it like a kitchen. As you can see, there's a hole in the wall. And then we have this bathroom and shower, which will also disappear because this is a very bad job. And then we have that water drainage, because sometimes this will flood, and we have like a pump that will take the water out. By the way, before we even start, sorry about the echo, because since this is empty, there is a lot of echo. So I hope that this will sound well. Okay, so let's start with the first project and the main one, which will be making my workshop, because without a workshop I can make videos, without videos I don't have money, without money I don't have the mortgage. So let's just start. So basically this entire room will be my workshop, but not just that. The wall that you see there at the end, which is drywall, it's just like a few centimeters thick, will disappear, and then I want to cut a hole in this wall, but this wall is a load one. So that means that it supports the entire home. So basically we have to fit another support in the wall and then make the hole and join this room with the other one. So my workshop, I will try to place the plan of the home here, how it is and how it will become. So basically I'll have my workshop in the shape of an L, actually will be the shape like a T. So it will be like this and joined together with that room. But then here, which is where that bathroom and awful shower it is, that will disappear and we'll make from scratch a new room for guests. It will have a room together with a shower and a bathroom, but it will be well made. So I'll explain how to place the water, how to place the floors, how to place the drywall and the electricity. So let me just show you the small parts that will go into my workshop. Okay, so the first project that I have in mind is to fix the floor of my workshop. I don't like it, and this is not a floor for a workshop. But I can do that if I still have the wall here. So first I will eliminate this wall here and also this one from the bathrooms to leave it all empty because this is drywall. This is not supporting the home. So I can take all this out, and once I have everything clean, I've already talked with the architect, and I will place another support here inside of the wall so then we can carve a hole in it. So we'll join this side with the other side. And once I have that, I can make the floor. And for the floor, this is what I thought. I want to use auto leveling mortar, I think it's called. So basically it's like some cement that is a little bit more liquid. You throw it on the floor and then with some rolls, you spread it and it will just give you the level. And in order to protect it, I want to use those kind of paints that you usually use in parking slots. So it's a very resistive paint. It's resistive to heat, to shocks, so you can drop maybe your hammer on the floor. You can even weld or cut with metals, so sparks, it will withstand all that. So they taught me that is the cheapest way and the most effective way to make a floor for your garage or your workshop. My first option was also to make like, I think it's called sanded cement. Basically you make a layer of cement and then you grind it, you sand it with a machine till it's like shining, but that is a little bit more expensive, and also you need a big machine and a lot of time. That's why I thought to make the mortar that is auto leveling in one day and then paint it, and that's it. And that will be the first project, how to make the floor of my garage, of my workshop. Okay, so for the second episode from this series of remodeling my home, actually remodeling my workshop, is the walls. I don't mind the ceiling because we don't see that, but I do want to change the walls. I'm not sure how this is called in English, if somebody knows. In Spanish we call this gotele, basically droplets. I think it's called droplets in English. Anyway, I don't like it. It's awful, and it's not plastic droplets, it's not made from paint, it's made from mortar. So it's very thick and very hard. So the second video is me trying to take this out, fill it with paste once again, and then sandpaper it once again. I have a machine here, especially for that. So basically I want to make the entire wall flat and sandpaper it and make it as new, and also take out this moisture. So that will be the second part. We have the floors, then the walls, and then we pass to the third episode. Okay, so by now we should have the floors and the walls of my workshop. So for the third episode will be the electricity, because this home, as you can see, the electricity is awful, so I have to make it from scratch. Actually, all these projects in my mind are not in this order, because I will start with the electricity, because since this is awful, I have to make it from scratch before I even start making the floor and the walls. But when I will be making the series, I might change the order of the videos. And as you can see, this home has a triple phase input, but is connected to just one phase. And not just that, but this is also connected upstairs, and that's here in Spain is illegal because from the street to your main panel of electricity, you can't have mixed wires. You have to take the entire wire to your home and then mix it with different breakers. So in this video, in the third video of the series, I want to make from scratch a panel of electricity with the safety features, with everything. But just have in mind that this episode might not make sense in United States, because electricity here is made a little bit different from United States. First of all, we have 230 volts and the circuit breakers are different, and so it might be different if you watch this from any other country that is not Spain. I'll base this video on the laws that we have here in Spain. The colors of the wires is different, the breakers are different, the voltage is different, so depending from where you watch this video, it might be different for you. So I wanted to start with the first bad job that was made in this home. First of all, we have a triple phase input. I've already measured it, so we have 480 volts, I think it was here. but they are using just one phase, which is something normal to use just one phase, and supplied it here, which is not even a power panel. As you can see, it's made on the wall and with loose wires. I've already checked, these don't have electricity, but if they had, you can simply just touch it and maybe even die. So this is very bad. The control circuit is made well because we have a general, the differential one, I think in English is FCG or something like that, and then we have a magnetic and thermal breaker. So that's well made, but the ones that are upstairs are bad. So let's just go upstairs. And by the way, before you go upstairs, this is the water drain that I was telling you. So when it rains, this will flood, and we have there a pump that will take the water out. And that works quite well. But the bad part of this is that someone made a bathroom here, and the water from the bathroom is let here. And this is a water rain drainage. So you can mix that, because basically all the bad stuff, let's say from your toilet, will go here, and then it's extracted with a normal pump, which is quite disgusting. So basically this will be another project, because you have to place a sealed pump and also a shredder, so it will take all that bad stuff from your toilet, shred it, and then take it with the pump. And this system is made because the water drainage of the home has a higher level than the bathroom. So if you want to take the water from here to here, you have to pump it, but not like this with an open drainage for the water from the rain. So that's another project, because this will disappear, we'll make a new bathroom, and then we'll make a proper sealed pump with a shredder. Okay, so let's go upstairs. So as you can see, the home by now is filled with bad jobs and bad craftsmanships, I think they are called. And just have in mind that all the outlets and the lights and the heaters below here are connected just to one breaker, just one, instead of having separate breakers for each part of your home. That's crazy. And upstairs is even worse. Okay, so this is the main input of my home, which comes from the street. And this is a triple phase input, and we had to drill this a little bit to understand where the division is made, because we have a triple phase here, but we also have triple phase below in the workshop. And that's possible if you have like merged wires. So yeah, they've divided here one phase which goes to the main home, and then the other three phases are going downstairs with another tube. So that's why we have triple phase here and triple phase below. And we have to change that, because I want to take the entire triple phase to the circuit breaker, to the main panel, and then divide it in the entire home. Okay, so we continue with the botched job of this electricity panel. This is worse than we had below. And first of all, look at the color of this wall. I mean, for me it's awful, but in the end, each one has their own taste for colors, and you will see that each wall of this home has a different color. I don't like it, so that will be another project, fixing the walls, making them from scratch, and then paint the entire home. But let's just continue with this panel, because this is awful. First of all, we already have a division from triple phase to one phase, and another triple phase that is going downstairs outside. But then we have yet another division here. So we don't even have a main input, general input breaker, and then the differential. We have one differential connected to the general, which usually here in Spain we have that backwards. First goes the general and then the differential. But not just that, we have two differential, one connected to this side and one connected to this only breaker. And this breaker is connected to the entire electricity of the home. So the lights, the plugs, the fire for the kitchen, the heating and the air conditioning is all connected to this breaker, which by the way, if you can see, is burned out. And the only outlet that works is this one here, which is connected to this breaker, because these other breakers are connected to the pool and the water heater. So this is a mess. You can't have the entire electricity of your home connected to just one breaker. So that will be another project. I will eliminate the entire panel, place another one, a bigger one, and then we'll make the typical 5 circuits for any home here in Spain, which is one circuit for the outlets, another circuit for the light, another circuit for the electrical stove, another circuit for the water heater, and another circuit for if you have a laundry machine or something like that. And each one will go with a different breaker, with different amperage, and each one will go with a different thickness of the wire. So that will be a special project, making the entire panel, which will be the project that I will record today and tomorrow. Oh, and something that I didn't show you, all those breakers are C25, so 25 amps. And that means that they will never jump if you're not using 25 amps. So you can connect that to something that is made to work with a wire of 1.6 millimeters. because that means that first the wire will burn out and then the jumper will jump. You have to have specific breakers for specific wires, because otherwise it will first burn out the wire instead of just jumping. And not just that, look at the register boxes are awful because they've placed the new wires together with the old wire without taking out the old wire. So we have a bunch of wires which I'm not sure where they're going. So in this project I want to cut the electricity to the home, take out all the wires and start from scratch. That's why I want to make a panel from scratch and show you how to make it. It's not that difficult actually. Okay, so let's just make a small tour of the home. This is the main entry. So we have one wall with a different color, another wall with yet another different color, another wall with a different color, and another one with multiple colors. And not just that, this type of paint, I've already seen it online, is very difficult and very very expensive to make, because it's made by hand. It looks like it's made of sandstone, I think it's called, or cobblestone, but it's not, it's just paint, and it looks awful. But in the end, each one has their own taste. We don't like it, so one of the projects is to sandpaper the entire walls, paint them with white, and then give the color that we want, which I think it will be olive color for one wall, the rest will be white or beige, like beige I think it's called, and the same for the kitchen. Let me just rub the light here. We'll have all the wood part of the kitchen with olive color mixed with white, and also this part here will be removed because we don't like it. And by the way, have in mind that when we will have the major construction site, this wall here and this other one will disappear and will be pushed 2 meters outwards. So this will be the living room, which will be a lot bigger. Then we'll have the kitchen, which also will be a lot bigger, and the main entry of the home will be on that wall, and will be connected to the main yard that is connected to the pool. It will be very beautiful, you will see. I will try to place the project of the home how is right now and how I design it to be, but till we don't have the license for that, we can start throwing out walls. So till then we have to make small parts. And that's yet another problem that we had to decide, because we divide this home into projects. The first one is called here like a minor construction site, and the big one, which is throwing that wall and expand the home. And right now that's a problem because the license and the project will take like 6 or 7 months. So we don't have the money to pay rent and also pay mortgage at the same time. So we have to move here as fast as possible, maybe like 2 or 3 months. That means that we'll have to make some arrangements and some constructions to fix the home to be able to live here, but also have in mind that maybe like 6-7 months or even 1 year, we'll make it yet another construction. We'll have to move here in the village for 1 or 2 months, throw that wall, fix it, and then change the parts. That means that we had to take some decisions of parts that we can make and parts that we can't make. For example, we want to change the floor. This floor is made out of stone and is very cold. We don't like it. Also the color, I think in me it's like a bad taste. But anyway, each one will select the colors that they want. We want to place a wood floor. So we've decided that we will place the floor, and then when we make the major construction and we will throw that wall, we already know that we'll lose some money because all the floor that will be affected there will have to get out and then replaced and place the new floor. So basically we'll make this floor out of wood, that will be another video for the series, because this wood is very easy to place, very easy to put on the floor, and is acoustic sealed and also thermal sealed. And finally, the last project and video for the series that we have upstairs, because for the workshop we have like a bunch of projects. This series will go for years and years, but the last part that we want to make here in the upper side of the home is the bathroom, because we'll make the floors of the home, the walls, the kitchen from scratch, and then the bathroom, because this bathroom is new. As you can see, the walls are new but are awful. Each one of these brick is not straight, and also the junction between the bricks usually is cleaned, but if you take a look closer, they don't even clean the junction, so it's very bad. A very bad connection to the wall, very bad connection down, and the water will pass. The electricity, once again, is very bad. This mirror is always connected. Right now we don't have electricity, that's why it's turned off. But this is like always connected. We don't have a switch for that. This switch is only connected to this light here, not to the mirror, so it's very bad. So we've decided to throw everything out, the walls, make the bathroom from scratch, place another shower, another sink here, and another toilet, and show you how to make a bathroom from scratch. We'll change the drywall with water sealing and all that, and show you how to make one. By the way, we don't have electricity here in the bathroom. That's why I've added this bulb, which is connected to the only outlet that works in this home. Anyway, let me just show you the rooms. We have a big room here with a very big closet. Trust me, I know that in the United States the closets are very big, but here in Spain this is a very big one. It doesn't have doors, I will have to add that. Then we have the yard, which I will show you in just a moment with the pool and everything. The other room, which is not that big, but is good enough. The rooms are quite well. We don't have light, but anyway. Okay, so let's go outside and show you the yard. And if you are wondering how I'll show you how to make a bathroom, how to make a construction site from scratch, if I'm an electronic engineer. Well, believe it or not, from the age like 14 up to maybe 20, I've been working in big construction sites with my father, with my uncle, so I have a lot of knowledge about that. I will try to play some pictures from that. I was very young. But anyway, I will do all this together with my father and my uncles and maybe some other relatives, because in that way it will be a lot cheaper, and also I'll be able to show you how to make one. Maybe I don't have knowledge about something, but my family will have. They will explain me, and I'll explain to you using a video, because they are professionals. This was the main entry of the home, but this is yet another project that we will make. First of all, we'll fix that that level, because as you can see it has a falling level, so all the water will go inside of my workshop. We don't want that, so we will level the entire yard with a level going in that direction, so the water will go outside, and also place false, I think it's false grass, grass made out of plastic, but also some plants on the side, and maybe a small way here with some lights, and it will be beautiful. So that's yet another project for the series, which will be awesome. And we have a plane there. I think you are able to see it. By the way, we also have oranges. I have 3 oranges here, so I'll always have fresh oranges. I should maybe gather them to make a juice at least. Okay, so let me just show you. This part will stay with real grass, and the other side will have false grass made out of plastic. But this will stay like this with real grass. Then we'll have the barbecue here. This is awful, we have to throw it out because they've burned cables here, so it's not useful anymore. And not just that, but the smoke extraction must be up there, otherwise all the smoke will get out here. Anyway, let's just get to the big part. Just adjust the light. So here we have like a lounge site made on top of the water pump from the pool. Then we'll have the pool. By the way, as you can see, we've already drilled here because the pool has a small problem. This is called the skimmer here in Spain. So this basically collects all the garbage that is on top of the pool. By the way, I can see here there is a beer can. Who lived in this home? The previous owner was some bad people. The neighbors already told me. Anyway, so it looks like the tube that is going from the pump to the skimmer was broken, so we have to fix that, and then we can clean the entire pool, because as you can see it's quite dirty. And this is the last part that I wanted to show you. This is the door that gives to those stairs that I've just shown you, and we have to fix this obviously, but this is the last part that I wanted to show you. Here we have the water heater for the entire home, which is quite good for now, but I also want to place here the heater for the home. And for me it's very important to select a very good heater, efficient, and now I'll tell you the one that I've selected. So the last project that I have on my mind is the heating of the home. So obviously I know that one of the most efficient one is the one that goes into the floor, but if you already have the floor, that is very expensive to make, because you have to take out the floor, pass the tubes, and then make the floor once again, which I don't want to make. Also, that type of heating is very expensive because you need a heater, which is based on gas or electricity, the tubing, and the installation, so I won't do that. The one that is with water and with radiators on the wall, I don't like that because radiators occupy a lot of space, and also if you want to place like a sofa or maybe some furniture next to the wall, you can do that because it will touch the radiator, so I don't like that. I don't like the electric ones neither, because you need a different radiator in each room, and they also use a lot of electricity and not that efficient. But I do like the heater that I have right now in my home in Barcelona, which is a rented apartment, and that is a duct heater. Basically it's AC together with the heater, so you have cold air in summer and hot air in winter, and it's like it's using heat exchanger, a heat pump. So it's very efficient. You can buy it with like 2000 euros, one that is A++, so it's very efficient and it's very easy to install, and in just 20 minutes you can heat the entire home. All you have to do, I will place the machine outside there below the stairs that I've just shown you, and then you need like 3 or 4 meters of duct up till here, which will be connected to the bathroom, to the kitchen, and then a ramification that will go into the 2 rooms, and that's it. 5, maybe 6 meters of duct. So I make another video for this series showing you how to install that machine, how to make the duct, because you have to buy like square meters of insulation and then make the duct in the shape that you want, install it, and have a heater and also AC in summer with the same machine. I think that for me is the heating system that I can afford, and is the one that most will suit this type of home. Okay, so the home tour I think is finished, but now I want to make like a mix of videos with all the sloppy jobs that were made into this home, and everything is awful and I have to fix that. So we have a lot of work, so let's just start with the mix. Okay, so we start with the home that is filled with like easy fix or fast fixes, because as you can see they've used a different cement here, a different color here, a different one here, then some cement here with a different format here. Then we have a wall which has no meaning. I don't use this wall, so we will cut it out and flat it. Then we have some bricks here, as you can see, with some bricks with no meaning. They are not even flat or straight. And then here at the entry we have some white floor together with some black floor, some more white floor. The door is brown, but the counter of the door is white from a different door, and then the walls are each one a different color. Okay guys, so this was the introduction video for this new series of remodeling my home. I hope that you really like it and that you are also excited for me that I finally have a home. For like the last 6 years I was trying to get a mortgage, but here in Spain it's very difficult. Actually, I'm preparing a new podcast in Spanish. It will be, because it's a lot more comfortable for me, explaining how is to be a dad, how is to save money, how is to get into a mortgage. Is very difficult here in Spain, but that will be another part. And also now you have all the main projects that I'm preparing for this new series, but there are a lot of new projects that will be coming once I have the new workshop, because just by having this workshop it will open the field for me. For example, I will be able to have a lathe machine, a plasma cutter, so I'll be able to make bigger projects. Welding projects, I will be able to make the electric cart, electric bike. I want to start making rockets. Now I have a field here that I could test rockets into. I want to make the reaction motor, the jet motor. So yeah, this entire channel will change forever, because now I will have a lot more space. I will have a garage output, so I can take out all the big parts that I'm making. And also I'm inside of a village and I have a big field here, so I could test a lot of the parts here. I'm not in the middle of a big city anymore. So I hope that you are also excited for that. And if you like this video, give a like, comment below, and I'll see you in the next video of this series, or any other of my videos for the electrical stuff, electronic stuff. Thanks again, and keep up, you guys.